Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking this photo. This is of a retreat that I went to last year that I'm actually getting ready to go to again this year. So it's our group photo, and I'm going to be using the Serenity stencil from Brutus Monroe, and I'm also going to be embossing with it. I've got a couple of papers picked out already, so let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I have taken my stencil and I have placed it over top of a 6x6 piece of paper from the Flower Market paper pad. Now I am taking my embossing ink pad and I am pressing that ink pad down over top of the stencil. Now I'm not going to kind of wiggle it and kind of like swoosh it across the stencil. I'm literally pressing down. After I do that, I'm going to peel the stencil off. I did spray it down with a stencil spray so that it would stay a little bit better while I was stamping that embossing ink on there. Now I'm taking my Brutus Monroe Rose Gold Embossing Powder and I am covering that entire 6x6 sheet of paper. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to have really good coverage over top of my stencil. So I peel that off, pop it down, and look at that. Look at that, you guys. And then I have to add a little bit more of embossing powder where I kind of stuck my fingers in it and rubbed it off. So now that this is not embossed, now that it is done, I need to use my heat gun to set it. Now, I didn't want to use my heat gun right over top of my cutting mat here, because the cutting mat does warp. It does eventually flatten back down, but I did not want to do that. So I'm using my heat tool and I am just heating it up. Look at that magic. I am convinced, you guys, 100% convinced that embossing is magical. I know that there's science in the heat and the molecules and all that kind of fun stuff, but you guys, embossing is magical and I just love it. So I could literally watch embossing videos all day long. I just find it really awesome. So give me some like 90s country on Amazon Music and some embossing videos and you would have yourself a YouTube subscriber. So anyway, that is done. I love how the rose gold kind of pops off of that mint green color. Now, unfortunately, it's not popping as well as it does in person because of the lighting I have in the video, but trust me, it's gorgeous. So I also pull a couple of other papers from my stash and some older Brutus Monroe products as well, and I'm trimming down this photo to, I think I trimmed it down to 5.5. Now, the beautiful thing about a 6x6 paper is you can trim your photo down to either 5.5 or 5 3/4, and you can have a beautifully matted photo. Now, I've said this once, I've said this twice, I've said this probably 972 times. If your photo is one of a kind, or if your photo has details in it that you don't want to cut out, don't do this. Don't use a 6x6 paper to mat your photo. In this case, I had a lot of extra room, so I could definitely do that. So I am using those papers. So I'm using a couple of Brutus Monroe papers here and also papers from my stash. Now, this means that I'm using new product and older product. And let me just tell you guys, if I can use new and old stuff on the same layout, that is making my heart go pitter-patter with happiness. Like, I enjoy mixing my new and my old product. I enjoy mixing paper and mixed media. I just enjoy it. And since I enjoy it so much, I do it a lot, right? Like, I have fun when I scrapbook, so I scrapbook a lot. I scrapbook every single day, you guys. Every single day, I'm in there touching stuff, doing stuff, something with my scrapbooking stuff because it brings me happiness. So if there is something in your crafty life, whether it is scrapbooking or card making or whatever it is that isn't bringing you happiness, stop it. felt like that was a good moment to pause. Seriously, you guys, if things in your life are not bringing you happiness in your crafty life, I'm not going to get all like life advice to you, but in your crafty life, if it's not bringing you joy, stop it. Try something else. So, like I said, new and old product, embossing, magical, makes my heart go pitter-patter with happiness. It's like a Disney day, right? Like embossing is a Disney day. And you guys know how much I love Disney. And if you don't, just take a peek at my videos and you will know how much I love Disney. So anyway, I am trying to figure out how to finish this layout off. I've got this big statement piece with my embossing powder through a stencil. And now I just need to get a title on here, maybe a little bit of extra embellishment, not a whole heck of a lot, because let me just tell you, there are times where I want my products to shine. There are times where I want my photos to shine. I'm going to tell you a little secret. There's even times where I want my journaling to shine, and I'm not like a super epic kind of journaler type person. But this, I really wanted that embossed stencil to kind of stand out and just be like, wow, look at me. So after I do that, I'm going to do a tad bit of journaling. Now, I almost journaled over in the white space or cream space since this is on a cream background, but I decided to keep everything in kind of this vertical line over here on the left-hand side. So I'm going to finish up my journaling there, and then I'm just going to kind of leave all of that beautiful embossing for you to enjoy. And I did place one sticker over there because I feel like that kind of highlights it. It kind of draws your eye over there because there's something a little bit thicker on that side. There you go. That's a good photo. You can see that embossing where you couldn't in the video. Anyway, guys, I'm going to shut up now and be done. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.